Hi guys, I'm Honey Moss Tarot and today I'm going to be doing your March 2025 lunar eclipse reading. So as you can see, it's just a general pick a pile read. So we have pile 1 with the chrysanthemum stone, pile 2 with bumblebee jasper, and then pile 3 with walnut jasper. So as usual, all of the timestamps will be in the comment section below. Feel free to pause and sort of meditate which card or which crystal you feel drawn to, and I'll see you shortly. Hi pile 1, so you guys chose the Illuminate card, as well as the chrysanthemum stone. So chrysanthemum stone is really good for aiding you in getting out of your comfort zone and also like keeping you relaxed during that time of being out of your comfort zone, which I do feel goes pretty well with the lunar eclipse energy, because change often occurs during full moons, let alone lunar eclipses. So right, let's get into this reading. What does pile 1 need to know? Thank you. So we got 3 of Cups, and when I put this down I got the words rekindling friendship. So there may be somebody that you haven't seen for a while that randomly like messages you, or you bump into someone. But if not, I feel like the 3 of Cups is a very feminine sort of energy. So you may be feeling more feminine, more psychic during this time. And then with this Ace energy here, I'm getting that there's something structured that's being presented to you. Like some sort of plan or routine. Maybe there's like a group of friends that you want to see more often, and so you're kind of being called to figure out how you guys can get your schedules all together and see each other more often. Or if not, I feel as though this Ace energy here is you being presented with friendship, somebody that resonates with you. So what else for pile 1 for the lunar eclipse? Then this Queen energy here is making me feel like you're taking matters into your own hands. So I feel you're being called to be a bit more more assertive with the way that you spend your time, or more assertive with who you spend your time with. Yeah, there's definitely something about like spending your time wisely, or like quality time. With people who can reciprocate the love that you give them. You may meet this person or these people through some sort of creative class, or I don't know, just something that allows you to express your creativity. It might be like a drama or like theatre group, because with this Illuminate card, it is all about putting yourself out there, allowing the spotlight to be on you, shining your light as you're meant to be, you know, like not hiding away. So yeah, something creative, arty. I feel with that energy that I've just put down that there might be people that are a bit jealous of you, or wanting to sort of pick fights. But I think, as you can see, like, the lesson for the guy in this card is to realise when to pick his battles. Because ultimately, if he gives away this this chicken drumstick, then the monsters will leave him alone, right? Because that's what they're after. So it's about like knowing when to pick your battles. But yeah, I think this is just like trivial behavior from other people. So try not to let that impact you. Yeah, they want what you have. Either that, or if you are feeling if you are like resonating with this jealousy vibe, like if you're feeling jealous towards somebody, you know, maybe it's time to go within and sort of figure out where that lack mindset sort of stems from. Because I think ultimately you've got like a really good group of people around you. But yeah, I mean, I feel like this jealous energy isn't you. I think it's somebody that's jealous of you. But okay, so anything else for pile one? So we have the moon, which, yeah, I feel as though that's kind of hinting at how the lunar eclipse is going to bring out some sort of shadow aspect of yourself, or some sort of subconscious thing is coming to the surface, because that is what the moon is all about. And I feel like full moons do that anyway, especially lunar eclipses, you know. It's a very like potent energy. And I think for it to be in line with this confident, assertive, driven energy, I think the best option for you is to keep as motivated and as confident as you're feeling at the moment, and try not to let this sort of weird jealousy affect you. And I don't mean to say this like to make people paranoid, but this may be somebody within your friend group that is a little bit jealous of you. But it may be somebody outside of that, you know? Okay, so any encouragement or words of advice on how pile 1 can deal with the lunar eclipse? Thank you. Yeah, I would say keep your head down and keep working on whatever you're working on. Like this creative project that you've been pursuing, to try and consistently work on that, because I feel like that is going to help you through this lunar eclipse, because it is such like a heavy energy. I feel keeping your hands busy, keeping your mind busy is going to like really help you out. Right, so I'm going to get you an affirmation card. Feel free to use the affirmation or not, it's completely up to you. So we have let go of the need to prove yourself, surrender to gentleness. And then I'm going to get an oracle card from the Moonology deck. Okay, so can we get an oracle card for pile 1? So we have a time for healing. Yeah, so I would say that points towards, like if you don't feel capable of getting into this more confident, out there energy, specifically with like creativity or like performing in some way, being the center of attention in some way, I think there is something that needs to kind of be addressed and healed over the lunar eclipse period. Alright, pile 1, thank you for watching and I will see you very soon. Bye. Hi, pile 2. So you guys chose the happiness card and Bumblebee Jasper, which is really good for promoting like an uplifting energy. It's pretty good for stress as well. I will also say if you are thinking about buying Bumblebee Jasper, just be careful because yeah, there can be like arsenic in there, so just be wary before buying. Right, so what does pile 2 need to know for the lunar eclipse? Lovely. So we have faith. And I think that pertains to keeping a sense of optimism throughout this lunar eclipse period, because I do know that for me anyway, it's been such like a heavy energy. So if you are able to keep that faith, that optimism, then that'd be pretty good. So again, this card is about like keeping optimistic and also divinely connected. And then we have this Queen of Water here. There's definitely like a sea vibe throughout all three of these. So it may be worth like spending time near a body of water, listening to ocean sounds, or possibly even like a spiritual cleansing, you know, having kind of like a ritualistic bath, and then visualizing all of the negative energy flowing down the drain, that sort of thing. But yeah, overall there is like a divine connection that's being established or is wanting to be established during this lunar eclipse period. So it may be worth you looking into the Pisces season and what that means for your sign specifically, or for your birth chart specifically, because we are currently in Pisces season, and that is very much like divinely connected. It's all about like mysticism, psychic connection, dreams, that kind of thing. And then we have the Queen of Air. So you may be getting in touch with spirit guides. I'm getting specifically through dreams, so it may be worth you keeping a dream journal of some sort. You may hear like messages from your spirit guide or from the divine, because there's like this psychic connection here, and then an emphasis on words and communication with the Queen of Air, which I'm seeing as like little messages kind of coming through. Then we have all of these cards with the eye open, and then on this one the eye is closed. Yeah, so maybe it is like during sleep or during meditation when you receive these messages. So what else does pile 2 need to know for the lunar eclipse? So we've got 2 cards of the same suit, an 8 and a 7. I feel like there's something unconventional about you, or unconventional about the way that you do things. Maybe you do things in what seems to others like a backwards way, but it makes sense to you. And I feel as though it's definitely worth sticking to your intuition rather than what other people are telling you to do. But yeah, I feel as though you guys are either really like psychically connected at this time, or like being called to sort of try and tap into that. You might be a water sign as well, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. I'm getting as well, like with this Seven of Cups energy here, that you may have multiple ways of communicating with spirits, ancestors, guides. Or it may be worth experimenting with different types of clairvoyance, or I want to say cartomancy as well, which is specifically cards. Then we have the Ten of Swords. I feel as though this is acceptance that you're not normal and that there has always been something unconventional about you, and that your uniqueness is your strength. So there is an acceptance there, and entering this new doorway, or this new timeline that I'm getting, where you finally accepted these spiritual gifts. And this is you kind of turning your back on, you know, a normal life, having like a normal 9 to 5. And I feel like the majority of people nowadays don't really commune with some sort of divine power or higher being. I feel as though you definitely are, or will be soon. But yeah, it's very interesting how like we have a mix of air and water. And I feel like, what would air and water be? Air and water to me is like a very powerful, fast-moving river. You know, like the wind is pushing it along. So yeah, there's something about going with the flow, spending more time alongside a body of water to help deepen your psychic connection in some way. And then also about receiving messages from the divine. Right, so I'm going to get you guys an affirmation card. Feel free to use the affirmation or not, it's completely up to you. So we have: the world needs the medicine of your divine self. Clearly see your higher self. And then I'm going to get you guys an oracle card from the Moonology deck. We have: nothing will come of this situation. So usually this card sort of pops up if we're anxious and worrying about something, something negative happening. And so nothing will come of this situation means that there is no need to worry. And so I feel as though if you keep yourself in line with this happiness, optimism, and keep faith that Spirit, the universe, God has your back, that there is no need to worry. And I also feel as well, like, if you are, if you're newly introduced to your psychic spiritual gifts, there may be like a bit of anxiety that you're doing things wrong, or that you'll get in touch with you know, darker spirits, but I just want to say that there isn't any need to worry as long as you keep yourself divinely protected and make sure that the intention that you always have when speaking with spiritual beings is of pure mind, pure heart, and pure intention. Of course, do your research, but yeah, try not to be anxious about it or worrying that you're doing it wrong, because the spiritual path is personal and different for everyone. Alright, pile 2, thank you for watching, and I will see you very soon. Bye. Hi, pile 3. So you guys chose the resolution card and walnut jasper, which is really good for protection. Okay, so let's get into the reading. What does pile 3 need to know for this lunar eclipse? Oh, I also do want to say that walnut jasper is really good for transformation and personal growth. And so therefore I feel with the resolution card that there is some sort of transformation that's going to be either made aware to you or is wrapping up around the lunar eclipse. So right off the bat we have the Four of Pentacles, which is clinging on to something, possibly hoarding material items. But ultimately I feel as though you are sort of clinging on to something that no longer serves you. Whether that's in more of a metaphorical sense of like clinging on to memories or people from the past, or whether it is like physical things like material objects. Then we have the Sun. So there may also be something to do with the solar eclipse that's happening at the end of the month. I feel like it's the 27th or the 29th of March, I'm not too sure. And we had the Fool card come out. Yeah, so I feel as though you've been clinging on to something that made you very happy at one point. I'm getting it's like a memory or like some sort of nostalgia that's tying you to this thing or this person. Because there's like a fear that you won't be able to experience this level of happiness again. you or this person might be a Leo or have Leo placements. And then we have the Fool, which is a fresh start. So I feel as though this is you realizing that this happiness isn't just in the past. It's not just in your memories. It can also be experienced I feel like saying at any time that you choose. And then we have this Magician card here. Gemini energy. Yeah, and even he has like all these little trinkets that he's sort of hoarded over time. So there might be like a memory box or like a photo album that you've sort of kept. And maybe there's like photos that are of people that you no longer align with. So, you know, it may be at least like worth considering whether you want those photos in your possession, like whether they're causing more harm than good. Yeah, I feel as though this is like a new start, or you've like been wanting to let go of these memories for a while. And so I think there needs to be like this trust that you can experience that happiness again. And that it's not tied to these specific people or these specific memories. So I didn't realise, but one of the cards had flipped over as I was shuffling, which is the Four of Cups. Wishing that things were different, or things had played out different, that this thing or this person or these people were still in your life. And I feel like you're kind of wondering what you did wrong. There's like a blame here. But I think ultimately there needs to be some sort of acceptance that not everyone is meant for you. And you're not meant for everyone. But yeah, perhaps there needs to be some sort of period of reflection of why you're holding on to this so strongly. I do also want to say, like, if there is an energy or a person that you have been sort of trying to heal and get past, it may be worth You see, I don't really know like the specific term for it, but what I've done in the past is write out letters to people, or write out events, how they've made me feel, how I'm trying to process these feelings, what spiritual lessons I've learned. And then you don't send these letters, and instead you burn them. And so there's this kind of like release as you watch the paper turn to ash. So I think it might be worth doing something like that. I don't know whether it's wise to do it during the lunar eclipse, because I feel like that kind of energy can be a bit tricky to work with, but the next full moon, it may be worth doing that, just to sort of clear out any sort of negativity or any sort of attachment that is still sort of lingering. So any words of advice or encouragement for pile 3? We have the moon energy. That's really cool. So if you were sort of resonating with pile 1 a little bit, but you weren't sure whether to watch that, it may be worth watching that, because the moon did come out, and I used like a completely different tarot deck, so for the moon to come out in 2 readings of the 3, that's pretty cool. And we're also getting the sun and the moon here. So yeah, I feel as though it might... The reason that this energy is so difficult to let go of is because you felt like this person was your soulmate, or like the sun to your moon, or the moon to your sun. But as I said, like sometimes people aren't just, you know, not everybody is meant to stay in our lives for one reason or another. And then we have the 10 of Cups. Spending more time at home or with family. Because I think with like moon energy, we can be quite tempted to isolate, fixate on the darker shadow aspects of ourselves, and so sometimes there does need to be, you know, time spent with people that we care about. And then we have the King of Wands. Taking action towards something. This overall card is definitely giving me Leo energy with all of the lions. And then we had that that Leo energy with the sun as well. And I feel as though Leo energy is very driven, artistic, creative. And they often enjoy being, you know, the center of attention. And I don't say that like in a horrible way. I just mean that they are natural leaders, performers. And so I think there needs to be a prioritization of yourself rather than focusing on this other person or this other situation. Because I think as much as I said about spending time with family and friends, trying not to isolate as much, I think there needs to still be a balance where you do spend time with yourself, because I think there's like this loneliness that you feel when you're by yourself. And I feel as though Spirit is asking you to enjoy your own company and possibly get creative when you are in periods of like self-isolation. Okay, so I'm going to get you guys an affirmation card. Feel free to use the affirmation or not, it's completely up to you. So can we get an affirmation for pile 3? The music of the plants beckons you to dance. Soften perception to subtle delights. So yeah, it may be worth you dancing or expressing yourself in some way creatively, as I said. Okay, so last but not least, I'm going to get you an oracle card from the Moonology deck. We have you and your loved ones are safe, which definitely relates to the Ten of Cups energy, being about family. But yeah, for some reason I'm being called to tell you to try to enjoy the energy of this lunar eclipse. Which, you know, I kind of feel like scoffing at that because the lunar eclipse has been pretty heavy for me, so God knows how you feel with all of this, like, yeah, clinging on to the past or this past situation, this past person. So I think rather than enjoying the lunar eclipse, try to really allow yourself to feel these emotions. But then also, you know, don't be afraid to take time out with that and spend time with family and friends. Alright, pile 3. Thank you for watching and I'll see you very soon. Bye.